Imagine you're a farmer, tilling your land like you've done 1,000 times before. The sun is beating down, the soil is turning over, and everything is just another Tuesday. Suddenly, your plow hits something. Hard. You'd probably expect a big rock, right? Maybe some old farm equipment someone buried ages ago. But what if it was something else? What if it was the massive wooden rib of a ship? A ship buried hundreds of miles from the nearest ocean, right under your cornfield. Sounds like something straight out of a movie, doesn't it? Well, for one farmer in the American Midwest, this unbelievable scenario became a reality, kicking off one of the most baffling and fascinating archaeological mysteries of our time. So, how does a giant boat end up in the middle of a landlocked state? That's the million-dollar question that had everyone, from local historians to seasoned archaeologists, scratching their heads. The discovery happened in a place you'd least expect it, a quiet, unassuming patch of farmland. When the initial reports came out, people were skeptical. A ship? In a field? It sounded like a tall tale, a local legend in the making. But as the excavation began, the truth started to surface, quite literally. Piece by piece, a massive wooden hull emerged from the earth, preserved in the clay soil like a time capsule. The team on site was a mix of university experts, volunteers, and the bewildered but excited farm owner. Their first task was to figure out just how big this thing was. As they carefully dug, the true scale of the vessel became apparent. It wasn't just a small boat, it was a substantial craft, estimated to be over 50 feet long. Think about that for a second. A 50-foot ship that had been silently resting beneath layers of soil for who knows how long. The wood, though ancient, was in remarkably good condition, thanks to the low oxygen environment of the dense clay that had entombed it. Now, here's where the story takes a truly mind-bending turn. Everyone initially assumed it was probably a 19th century steamboat or a flatboat. The Midwest has a rich history of river trade, with boats navigating the vast network of rivers like the Missouri and the Mississippi. It made sense that a vessel could have been wrecked or abandoned in a flood and then buried over time as the river changed its course. It was a plausible, logical explanation. The team sent off samples of the wood for carbon dating, expecting the results to confirm their 19th century hypothesis. But when the lab results came back, they sent a shockwave through the entire project. The dates weren't from the 1800s. They weren't from the 1700s either. The carbon dating placed the ship's timbers much, much earlier. We're talking centuries older than Columbus's arrival in the Americas. This wasn't a pioneer's flatboat. This ship was ancient. Suddenly, the mystery wasn't just, how did a boat get here? It was, who built this boat, and when? This revelation changed everything. An ancient pre-Columbian ship in the heart of North America. It defied all known historical records. It was a complete anomaly. The design of the ship itself was unlike anything typically associated with Native American watercraft of the period, which were mostly canoes. This was a plank-built vessel, suggesting a more complex shipbuilding tradition. The questions started piling up. Who were these mysterious shipbuilders? Were they a forgotten civilization? Or could they have come from somewhere else entirely? The theory of a forgotten, advanced local culture is tantalizing. Could there have been a society in the American heartland with the skills to build large, sophisticated ships, whose history has been completely lost to time? It's possible. We know about the incredible earthwork mounds built by cultures like the Hopewell and Mississippian people. They were complex societies with extensive trade networks. Perhaps their technological abilities extended to shipbuilding in ways we never imagined. This ship could be the first concrete proof of that. Then there's the other, more controversial theory: transoceanic contact. The idea that sailors from Europe, Asia, or Africa might have reached the Americas before Columbus has long been debated. These theories are often dismissed as fringe, but a discovery like this forces us to reconsider. Could this ship have been sailed by Vikings who ventured further south than we thought? Or perhaps Roman traders blown off course? Or even Chinese explorers from Zheng He's fleet? Without any inscriptions or definitive artifacts from the ship's crew, It's impossible to say for sure. What the archaeologists did find inside the ship's hull was just as puzzling. There were no human remains, no cargo, no personal items. The ship was empty. It's as if it was scrubbed clean before being buried. Or maybe its contents were removed long ago. This lack of artifacts makes identifying the ship's origin incredibly difficult. It's like finding a car in the woods with no license plate, no VIN number, and no personal belongings inside. You know it's a car, but you have no idea who owned it or how it got there. The excavation work itself was a race against time. Once exposed to air, the ancient wood, which had been stable for centuries, began to deteriorate. The team had to work quickly and meticulously, applying special polymers to consolidate the timbers and prevent them from crumbling into dust. Each piece was carefully documented, mapped, and removed for preservation. It was a painstaking process, like solving a giant, fragile, three-dimensional puzzle. The goal is to eventually reassemble the ship for display in a museum, a silent testament to its mysterious journey. So what happens now? The scientific community is buzzing. Geologists are re-examining the ancient river systems and geological history of the area to understand how a waterway large enough for this ship could have existed there. Historians are poring over obscure texts and oral traditions, searching for any clue, any forgotten story of great canoes or strange visitors from the sea. And geneticists are even analyzing pollen and soil samples from around the ship to paint a picture of the environment it was in when it was abandoned. This discovery is more than just finding an old boat. It has the potential to rewrite a chapter of American history. It challenges our understanding of the capabilities of ancient peoples and the connections between continents long before the age of discovery. It proves that there are still profound secrets lying dormant right beneath our feet, waiting for a chance encounter to change everything we thought we knew. The story of the Farmland ship is a powerful reminder that history is not a closed book. It's a living, breathing field of discovery. And sometimes, the most incredible finds are in the places you'd least expect. What do you think? Was it a lost civilization, or travelers from across the sea? Let me know your theories in the comments below. This is a mystery that we'll all be following for years to come. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey into the past. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the unknown. We'll see you in the next video.